Hello everyone, welcome to the elliottwaveforecast.com YouTube channel. Today is Friday, July 28. The time is 2 a.m. GMT, and we are looking at the chart of the pound dollars right here, 60 minutes time frame. Now we can see the dollar has rallied across the board earlier today, and what we see here right now is what we call a double correction. Now in the case of the pound, it is in the form of a zigzag. So from the peak here, which we label as a wave 1, you see the pound decline as a 5 waves down, ending with A. From here, we have expanded flat correction ABC ending B. Then now it has turned lower again, break below the previous low. So that means we have started a new leg down within the C leg. Now typically when you have a 3 waves structure like this in the form of ABC or in the form of WXY, the target on the downside typically, or the target on the upside, depending whether it is rallying or going down, target on the downside typically is going to be in the 100% minimum as a correction. So that means it doesn't always have to be. Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less. But in probability wise, most likely it can go down to 100%. So if you do that, if I measure extension ABC, so you can see the 100% extension here is around 127, right? 126.90. So in other words, we still can see a bit more downside if we can reach the 100%. And for now, the rally still can fail against the previous peak here, 1.3, and continues to go down until it reaches around 127, all the way down to 125, which is the 161.8% extension. Alright, so once we reach here, then it should complete the ABC, and therefore it should complete wave 2, and then from here we can then rally again to a new high, because that will mean we are in the wave 3, or at least doing a 3ish rally, typically something like this. If it doesn't go to new high, then we can see a 3ish rally from this area here. Now if I zoom out, let's see what we see here. Here is the 4-hour time frame. Again, we got this lower low sequence here, just recently broke below here. So typically in this kind of scenario, you can see further downside until it reaches 100%. So remember, in the 1 hour we label this as an A, this is a B. So we can see for the downside into this area here, 127, 124.60 approximately. And if I zoom out further, let's say if I go to the daily, now you notice here, since we bottom here in the 2022 September, we've been creating we've continued to have a higher high and a higher low, which is by definition it is bullish, right? And then we just recently came down from this peak here. Now if you look at it from the daily perspective, then there is no point for you to suddenly speculate, oh, we're gonna be doing a bigger pullback, things like that, because so far it's been almost a year where we continue to have a higher high and higher lows. And also if you look at this structure here of the rally, now you notice if we always think of any kind of rally or decline as a, let's say, as a 3 swing, right? And we need to figure out where's the first swing and where's the second swing. Now in this particular case, with this rally, the best candidate for the first swing and the second swing will be this one, because that's the biggest swing that you see, the biggest correction, so to speak. So that will be the best candidate. So if that's your first, that's your second. And if you try to project the extension, remember, usually, ideally, when you have a high like this is the first, this is the second, then the third usually, not always, usually can reach 100%, which is 139. So what that means is in the larger time frame, it is still continue to favor in the upside, right? It continues to favor the upside, but in the shorter cycle, we are doing a bigger pullback, which is typical. Pullback always happens. It's not gonna be straight line. And in the shorter cycle, therefore, we can see a bit more downside, probably to reach this area, 126.70, 124.70. But since the larger degree time frame still continues to favor in the upside, then there is possibility from here we can then extend higher again, or at least bouncing, like a 3 ways like this. All right, so that's so far what we are seeing in the pound dollars. All right. Now, if it goes below the 1.618, though, 124.70 for whatever reason, then possibly we can see a bigger pullback, and the decline can become a 5 ways, because the third swing reaching 1.618 means that this could be actually labeled as a 1, 2, 3 instead of an ABC, right? So this 124.70 therefore is the key level to determine whether this is an ABC or a 1, 2, 3. If it is a 1, 2, 3, then obviously we should get a 4 and a 5, and then probably then the implication is going to be that we're going to be doing a bigger pullback. Maybe the cycle is over without reaching 100%, and then we start starting lower again to correct the cycle, and so on. All right, but for now, those are the alternates. For now, we're looking for simply for the downside now. As long as we stay below 1.3, we can see a bit more downside to 120. 670, 125.20, but also keep in mind that even though we are looking for more downside, as I show you in the daily, the daily in the larger time frame for now still favoring more upside, since we do have a since 2022 a sequence of high without yet reaching the 100% extension. All right, so that's the update here from the pound dollars today. And as always, if you want to get more updates on the pound or any other forex, commodities, indices, and so on, feel free to check our service. We have 14 days trial. The link is in the description of the video. I'll see you all again next time, and have a nice day, everyone.